Hello, it's Plumber J. So today I am probably going to be installing the easiest water heater that I've ever installed, or any plumber that would ever install in his whole career. This water heater is going into a doctor medical office over here. This water heater is a 2.5 gallon point of use heater. It's literally 120, plug in the wall, and you use supply lines to hook it up. It's going for a dual sink, which I'll show you in a little bit. The whole building runs off of a tankless water heater, but there's one area in the back has 2 sinks for an add-on, and it just strictly runs off of this, and it's leaking. So today I am going to be swapping it out. It's going to be, should go fairly simple. TMP is all included in this heater as well. I'm going to check my voltage to make sure. I do got 240 coming through. That outlet, or sorry, 120 coming through. My bad. 120 coming through. 240 would be for a 4500 watt or 208 typical electric heater. This is not. This is just point of use. So I'm going to check to make sure I got 120 coming in. If not, we're going to have to run a new line or figure that out. But other than that, let me show you the heater and we'll get started. So we're going to need channel locks. We'll get some adjustables. Get some Monster Teflon, Monster Dope. We're going to get some gloves. And supply lines we'll use. I'll probably use my 36-inch ones. Sorry, 30-inch ones, so that if I have to pull it out of the cabinet in the future to do any service work, it would be best. So we'll put that over here for now. My meter to check it, and a schmata, a rag, because there's no drains on these heaters, so I have to take it out full. So that's gonna be the fun, annoying part. But all right, let me show you the water heater. So here's the old water heater. It's leaking right there. So swap it out. It's set on ideal, which is probably 120, I'm gonna guess. Unplug it. 120. Pretty straightforward. I replaced that relief probably about 5 months ago. So I'll throw that back in the truck. That's still good. And then this just goes cold into here, and then hot splits up over there, and just to those 2 sinks. That's it. Point of use. Yeah. So let's make sure my valve shuts off. So now we have hot and cold are off. All right, let's get this thing out of here. Pretty straightforward. 2 supplies come out, 2 supplies go in, and that's it. And I took some measurements, and I will clear that door. It's all fun and games until it can't clear, or the drain line has to be removed up. So yeah. All right, let's get started. So just to recap, I was wrong. All right, so if you caught me being wrong on how it's piped in, I was wrong. All right, so your cold goes up here, splits both units for both faucets. Hot line comes in, but it's not hot. That's over here, comes in hot, comes in, but it's cold coming in. It probably splits in the wall, and then comes in here, and then hot comes out this way to both units. So basically you have 2 cold lines coming in. One's for the water heater, creating your hot water, and one is for the faucets, giving you cold water. So 2 cold lines coming in, and then one comes out hot. So I don't know if I was clear in the first part of me showing you how it's piped in. Whew, I redeemed myself. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna open up my hots, and then I'm gonna go here Yeah, see, we still got water, and I'm gonna relieve myself. There it goes. There goes that water. So once it all gets relieved down, I just have water in the bottom there instead of trying to soak up a lot more water. So relieve on my pressure, and there we go. So that once I start taking this out, hold on. Yeah, we're clear. Yep, see? There we go. I'm gonna close that, get my vacuum going, vacuum it up, and that's it. I'm gonna swap these out because once you can pressure washer, it's done. I don't. That's it. Oh, old water heater is out. Okay, good. Now I'm going to make sure that's a 120. So I'm going to set it to voltage. Okay. I'll turn my light on for you. Take these two here. Go up here. There we are. 120. Perfect. All right, let's pull this out. All right, so she's out. So we're gonna undo this. I never really glued this in. Just stick that in there so we can reuse this part. I only put this in like 6 months ago. I'm gonna take this out, put it back on my truck for emergencies. And to drain this down, you just turn this on its side, and then this will act like the vent, and this will be your drain. But beforehand, old school trick, you take this, put your knee right there, and you take that out, because I'm going to use this for emergency, especially because it's a deep one, not a shallow one. And then you take your water heater. That's it. And that's your drain. Just let it drain out instead of in your truck. It's almost like this step was made for it. Alright, let's unbox the new one. I'll put it together and then install it. I'm too impatient. Warranty paperwork. We'll register in a little bit after all the fun. Comes with this anchor piece in case you want to hang it on the wall, and a TMP valve. Okay, 3/4 standard. And if you want to know what's right that noise behind me, that's the township fire alarm, fire siren. So there's a fire somewhere in town, and it comes with the short one. Nice. There's a fire in town, and we have to check the scanner to see where it is. So, yeah, small town. All right, back to business. False alarm, maybe. It didn't go off for too long, that siren. All right, anyways, those are the holes in the back for your wall mount with these, but we're not doing that because we have a drain line going behind it. So it'll be fine the way it is. All right, 3/4 female for that. And your hot and cold for both supply lines. Should be pretty straightforward. You just unscrew. And that's it. Just like that, nice and straight. Get your male adapter. Just has to be hand tight. Don't have to crank it down because this is just a blow off. So it's not going to be full pressure no matter what happens. And then this will just stick in there. Press tight. And that'll go to the ground. So that if we ever have to swap this out, you just pull this out, undo this, and you just untwist that. With this all glued in, the whole thing is have to twist, shift it out. So yeah, especially with the cabinet on top. So alright, so we'll get that in a little bit. Teflon and dope those. So to be honest, I don't know if you really needed to Teflon these because I'm putting a supply line onto it. I'm not hard piping it. So that supply line has a gasket, but the other one had it, so I'm going to do it. And just run my fingers on it. Minimum 3 wraps for no leaks, minimum. So that's what I did. Nothing too crazy. Get some dope. And there comes the fire truck. I think the fire is down west of my office, right down the block. I hope it's not the brewery. That would really stink. And there's our fire truck. Only one fire truck in this town, so not bad for volunteer firemen. All right. Now, temperature on here is you got your colds, 1, 2, and 3, which is 125. I will probably run it on 2 and then check my temperature on there. There's no reason to run it on the max because it's a point of use heater. All right. And the way you know your thermostat's good is if you listen here. You hear that click noise? It means that you know from adjustment that solenoid in there, that stat in there is good. If you don't hear any sort of clicking, that's not good. So we'll turn it cold first, and then we'll get water in it, air out of the system, no airlock, which we'll talk about when I put it in. And yeah, let's knock it out so we can get some lunch today. Take the brackets for inside for future, and for checking temperature, I'm going to go with my Klein IR1 thermal gun. Love this thing. Never has let me down. All right, so we'll save this for a little bit. Bracket, we'll just leave off in the back. Okay. Get my relief pipe in there, like that. And we leave it unplugged until all the water is through the system and all the air, because we don't want nothing to burn up in here. It will burn up pretty quick. So get my cold on. All right. Get your coal line going. So now we need to do hot. All right. So in the back there is my cold hot feed for here, and then hot comes out. So we're going to turn these on until we're going to turn these on. Oh, we'll just do one on for now, and we'll get air out of here, and then when it comes through hot water, we know this is full, and then we can plug in the electric. All right, so we are filling up through the supply line right here. Cool. Let's position this so that the weight stays, and then you have air coming out there. I don't want any debris to get up in there. There it comes. Shouldn't take too long. And we are full. Let that run for a good few minutes. Shut this one off. Increase pressure here. Turn it on, lower it. Check for any leaks. We are looking good. I'm going to let it run for like 5 minutes and then we will be all set. Alright, it's been running for like 5-10 minutes now. Okay. We are going to turn this on. Get this on so I don't forget. Tight these down just by hand. Okay. Nice. All right. So we are all plugged in the back. And how this works is that when I turn this up and it gets to the temperature it needs to be, it'll turn red. There it goes. So we'll stick on 2 for now, because over there is calling for 125. We'll go for 2. We'll wait a good 10, 15, 20 minutes and we'll see where our temperature is going to be at. I might come back in the morning to adjust it, or if I can't get it set right now, but I'm not too worried about it. Old supplies in the trash. I put a long one over there so I can pull this unit out in case I have to work on it. Alright, it's been like 15 minutes. Let's see what temperature we're getting right now. I'm going to use one of these urine cups. And we're done. We're getting like 100 degrees right now. 100.8. Dying down because it's not fully satisfied, but so what's cool about these is that we're on 2, and if we already know we're satisfied number 2. Before we weren't satisfied in 1, or right there we were satisfied. If I come up here, it turns on, so we know we're right there. So once I get to my 120 and the light turns off, I know that I'm pretty much satisfied. It's a point of use heater, so they're going to wash their hands, get that warm water, and then just leave. They're not showering off of this or anything like that. So yeah, that's it. Alright, so we are all satisfied, right? Almost at 120. Alright, 106, 107, 108. That's pretty good. For point of use, that's pretty good. Alright, let's set it. It's already calling for more. Let's set it like right there. Okay. That's your point of use electric 2.5 gallons by A.O Smith water heater install underneath a cabinet for 2 sinks independently. I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, comment below. Plumber J, always good trying to give you good content. Peace.